What's up, everybody? It's your boy Carcino here. What's up, nephew Davis? I see you. Oh man. So we all saw the clip you saw of Angel Reese and the hard foul she suffered at the hands of Caitlin Clark, and the way she jumped up and reacted when she saw it was Caitlin Clark. Oh, hold on. Now, everybody had their take on if you thought it was a flagrant foul or not. The refs thought it was a flagrant foul based on the reaction of Caitlin Clark. Of Angel Reese, by her reactions, that's what really set everything off. Is that Angel Reese got up so aggressively that they went and called it a flagrant and upgraded it from a regular foul to a flagrant foul. Now, right before that play took off, you know, she was upset that Angel Reese didn't get a foul for pushing her teammate in the back. So she just took a hard foul, but it was out of frustration too, because she was upset. Caitlin Clark, and yes, Caitlin Clark can get upset, people. I know. White people don't get upset. Yes, you do. She was upset that her teammate didn't get the foul call, so she went ahead and ever since then, Angel Reese have suffered all kind of harassment. The WNBA is looking into all these racist comments to investigate now because they don't want it at their games. They don't want any racial comments. It's borderline racist, and they've been attacking Angel Reese for 2 straight days. And it's not warranted. But they're going to do what they're allowed to do. So if you start putting the hammer down on this type of activity, then people will stop when they know, okay, well, I got to watch what I say. But when you stop putting borders on people, they don't care about someone else's mental health. And knowing what this woman is going through, getting racially attacked because she was the one that was hard fouled, you would think that someone who's black would understand this. And it doesn't need to be explained. But RG3 thought otherwise. He said after watching Caitlin Clark's flagrant foul on Angel Reese and the aftermath, there is no way Angel Reese can continue the lie that she doesn't dislike Caitlin Clark. I know what hatred looks like. Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark. Not some basketball rivalry hate either. Hate. And this is a black man saying this. I couldn't believe it. But then when I saw who the person was, I said, yeah, I believe it. RG3 has always questioned black people and their actions, but cowering when white counterparts do things. When Stephen A. Smith said some things and RG3 pulled up to want to check him on it, right? RG3 went right at Stephen A. Smith, right? But when Stephen A. Smith spoke about him, said, I like you, but do you know there's people here that don't like you? They just didn't like you, bro. And you're starting to see that there might be a pattern here as to why the people don't like him. Why do you want to put hate on the black person? The black person has got to hate her. She probably hates the environment or the atmosphere that's around Caitlin Clark. All of this hype, all of this glorify. Anytime something is mentioned, y'all want to put her and her name together. Anytime she do anything, she gets a sponsorship. That's nothing. Look what Caitlin Clark got. It's like, why do y'all feel a need to do that? If you want to champion Caitlin Clark, champion Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark is a better basketball player than Angel Reese. No one's arguing that. I don't see anybody arguing that point. Black, white, or whoever. Caitlin Clark is a more skilled basketball player than Angel Reese. No, that isn't Michael Morton. Everything he said is not facts. Did Angel Reese say she hates Caitlin Clark? No. And he says it's not basketball rivalry hate either. It's hate. So what has she done that would make it be hate? Just pure hate. Because you know what pure hate looks like, RG3? I'm quite sure you do, because you're black. But you don't think pure hate comes from the other side. You think it comes from people that look just like you. And what made this even more egregious, people, what made this just so sad is that RG3 took it upon himself to take this to a whole nother level. You're right. There is no rivalry. Now, Caitlin Clark don't want no smoke with Angel Reese. Now, come on, that's career suicide. But this ain't even about that. It's about right and wrong. That post was intention seeking. That's saying, I got a podcast show. Come check me out. I need the ratings. Come see me. Look what I said about Angel Reese. She hates her. He wants everybody to check out his podcast. That's what this is about. So when he makes a video to double down on it, and he does this to champion his wife, who's in the background, as he says these disparaging words about a black woman. This is what we're talking about. What you mean shut down? Did they clip you? Did they drop you again? Mm, right. Cornball brother. So he pops in with his co-host who don't talk. She sits there in the background making sure he does the right thing, and she's shaking her head with approval. Yeah, yeah. It's a bad look. You know what this looks like. For black folks, this looks very, very, very bad. This is a bad look. This looked like Get Out Part 2. And you know what this thing's from, people. This dude just want views. RG3 want views. And you know what this is? Oh, hold on. I'm going to text it real quick. You know what this is? And I believe this is the second wife. Or is it the third? Which one is it? But it's snowing over there. Snowing like a mother, boy. You see? The second one, all right? This is the second bunny. This the bunny he cheated on the other wife with? Okay. 'Cause I know it was all bunnies. Now, the person, you know what hate looks like. You know why? Because you hate black women. RG3. If you could say Caitlin Clark is hated by Angel Reese when Angel Reese has done nothing to Caitlin Clark to ever indicate that there's hate, like she hates her, ever. They compete on the basketball court, that's it. You saying because she don't talk, she don't ever mention her name, she don't speak on her, it's just real hate. No, you hate the fact that you, RG3, you hate black women. Even though you come from a black woman, you hate black women. Tell the truth. What they do to you in school now? What did they do to you in school? They must have made fun on how ugly you was. They roasted the hell out you, didn't they? Tell the truth. Tell the truth. They roasted your ass. I could tell. I could tell when a dude got roasted when he was in school. Because, see, that was before you had money. Oh yeah, well, that's always before they got money. See, this is what he looked like before he had money. Look at that! Look at that weird ass hairdo. Oh yeah, sisters roasted the hell out you. They be, get your ugly ass away from me. You know I'm all pro. Oh, all pro and ugly. This dude probably got roasted his entire career. He probably got roasted his entire career playing in high school, playing in college. Them doggone black girls that drove this man away. That's why he hates black women. He try to mask it like he don't. No, you hate black women. This ain't about what you attracted to. You run over there to them because you want to be loved. You want to be accepted. You never got that. Think we don't know? You went and saw that dermatologist. Have you noticed he looks a little lighter these days? He don't look like that no more. You went and saw that Charlemagne dermatologist to brighten your ass up, putting that Ambi on you. You was walking around here looking like an oil spill. But no, we got to brighten you up. Now, nobody cared that you wanted to go skiing in the Alps. Okay? You want to go skiing in the Alps, that's fine. Nobody asked you. Nobody asked you to be the voice of the black people. Nobody. You can date white women all you want. That's your prerogative. But you don't have to hate black women to do it. And this is why I keep telling all these people. Plenty of people didn't smash white chicks. I'd have white, Indian, Mexican, black, Filipino. I done had them all. I'm the United Nations. If she fine, she getting hit. He said he looked like Eddie Murphy's stunt double. Oh yeah, you gotta already variety is a spice of life. Yeah, but I look at who's fine, and you can get it. She fine, she can get it. But if you tease the tails, I gotta leave you alone. So after RG3 pulled his for the sake of harmony. So we got to make Caitlin Clark the victim off a hard foul. And Robert Griffin III proved once again exactly what he is. And he knew what putting himself in that situation was going to look like. All because Angel Reese got up and went after Caitlin Clark, who just turned her face like, whatever. And Angel came and got in her face. It was competing on basketball level. It wasn't a race thing until the racial people made it a race thing. The two players on the court didn't make a big deal out of it after the game. The only people that made it a big deal is people with their own agendas. They're making it a big deal. MAGA act like Caitlin Clark is their person when she totally backed Kamala Harris. Why are y'all backing Caitlin Clark when she backed Kamala Harris? If you're MAGA, y'all just want a black person to hate on. They were like, Caitlin Clark is selling out the WNBA. She's bringing all this attention. She's doing all of this. That's cool. That's fine. That y'all are paying attention to the WNBA now. Because the NCAA is the reason why. Because they have great players and they market their game well. It's cool that the NBA, that owns the WNBA, is finally deciding to pay attention to the league that they've owned for about 20 plus years and ain't done nothing with. Instead of a league to say, okay, we made the WNBA so y'all can shut up. Now they actually trying to okay, we can actually do something with this. Because they don't know how to sell it. I was the one that said what the problem was in the WNBA and how to fix it. You can't have the season start in the summer. If you start the season in the summer, it's already too effing late. People are gone on vacations with their family, everything. You've already ruined the start of your season. You're going to have to start the seasons earlier. And it took them, 3-4 years later, and guess what? We're going to start the seasons early. Oh, you thought the WNBA and the NBA couldn't be on at the same time? So for people who think I don't be knowing what I'm talking about, they end up doing exactly what I'm talking about. Now, was that a flagrant foul? That shouldn't have been a flagrant foul. I don't think it was a flagrant. I think it was a hard take foul. But if they wanted to call it a flagrant based on the reaction of Angel Reese, and knowing if they didn't call it a flagrant, if they was gonna be in some shit, they didn't want to make a mess out of what happened last time when they didn't give Caitlin Clark a flagrant foul that time in Chicago. So they were like, look, we're just gonna call it a flagrant so they can't get on us, and we don't want to be the ones in the news. So she got hit with a flagrant foul, and she missed the free throw. Caitlin Clark missed the free throw. Mm-hmm. Now, I got a question for all of y'all. Who won the game? Who won the game? Who won the game? Right. It was a blowout. It was a blowout. They weren't even competition. The game wasn't even exciting. They didn't even score 20 points in a quarter in any quarter. So to start the season off, they got routed. Exactly. So, as the game was already over and decisively won, Caitlin Clark got the victory. Her team won. Why would anybody be mad? Because a player ran up on Caitlin Clark after Caitlin Clark fouled him. That's just racist internet. But for RG3 to do what he did was way out of bounds. And it's attention seeking. And it's sad that a black man would do that to a black woman. And you wonder why black women don't feel protected. Nobody's asking you not to honor your wife. Nobody's asking you about any of the stuff you're doing. Nobody's disrespecting your kids. We disrespect what you're saying.
Caitlin Clark put on Angel Reese. Angel Reese tried to hit her. But if it wasn't for Aaliyah Boston putting her arms in the way, Angel Reese would not be playing basketball anymore because she was going to sucker punch Caitlin Clark.
So now you know Caitlin Clark, that Angel Reese was going to punch Caitlin Clark. This is a man who was a former analyst on ESPN, former athlete. And because somebody goes to somebody and they start yelling at them on the basketball court, she's getting ready to punch someone. According to RG3, Angel Reese was going to punch Caitlin Clark. He just knows this. He didn't say, in my opinion, nothing. He's making it a definitive fact that is exactly what Angel Reese was going to do. And he wondered why he got fired from ESPN. He's still scratching his head wondering why he gone. I did everything right. Why am I gone? I got a white wife again? I don't understand. I did everything right. And while you sit here and demean and put down a black woman who's being harassed on social media by racist people on social media, that the WNBA has got an investigation going into all of these hate messages that have been going towards Angel Reese over Caitlin Clark over the weekend in the past 2 days. That's how crazy it's been. Oh, he don't stop.
Now, you tell me a time when you've seen somebody get fouled on a basketball court in a professional league where they tried to almost sucker punch somebody that they were friends with.
First off, no one tried to sucker punch anybody. Okay. So this is all, once again, manufactured by RG3.
Because of a hard foul. I've seen LeBron James get fouled by Dwayne Wade. And they're buddies, but it was a hard foul. LeBron didn't get up and try to smack him upside the head or hit him in the face from behind. But that's what Angel Reese did to Caitlin Clark. So where was this type of reaction last year when Angel Reese got chokeslammed by Alyssa Thomas of the Connecticut Sun? Y'all remember that? She got fouled so hard, they kicked Aaliyah Thomas out the game with a flagrant 2 foul. What did Angel Reese do? Nothing. She didn't get up and try to swing on her.
Nobody tried to swing on anybody. If this image does not tell you about being a broken man. Yeah, his wife is all happy in the back and proud. Right. She was dazed and the woman got kicked out of the game. So what was she supposed to do, RG3? Plus, she was a rookie. She was like, all right, this is the WNBA. Cool. This is what it is. All right. She ain't a rookie no more. And she's sending a message to her team that we ain't finna bow down to her because she's Caitlin Clark. We gonna stand up to her. And nobody came to anybody to swing RG3. Blatant lies. Get Out Part 2, starring RG3. It's a damn shame. You do anything for clout. Do anything for clout. You have fallen from grace. You blame Mike Shanahan for you not knowing how to play the quarterback position. You blame the NFL for giving up on you when you got injured, and they gave you chances. You blame ESPN when they fired you. You blame Stephen A. Smith when you got fired. And now you're blaming Angel Reese for her getting fouled by Caitlin Clark. And accusing her of doing something that never happened. There wasn't a wind-up. There was nothing. Had she not been there, she was getting ready to swing on her. You don't know that. All right, they do anything for clout. So what RG3 wants you to do is follow his podcast, which is called Out of Pocket, where he just say things out of pocket because he is out of pocket. So that's what he wants. He wants you to watch him get on that microphone and say stuff out of pocket while his white wife sit behind him with a mug and nod with approval. That's her contribution to the show. While he looking like the guy on the damn Get Out poster. Oh, that's the second Snow Bunny. The first Snow Bunny, oh, they got divorced right away. That wasn't working out. So he got with this Snow Bunny. She brightened his ass up. You brighten up my day and fill my life with songs. It might be right, but it is alright. 'Cause you light up my life. Yeah. So these takes and views, we know where it's coming from. He's saying everything that his wife has been probably talking about. Because she bowed her head like, that's right. She was trying to hurt Caitlyn. Did you see that? You see how she winded her fist? She was gonna do it. Luckily, that other black girl came over, and she came over and helped Caitlyn. Because she was gonna hit her. You saw that. It's funny, they don't be knowing no other people on the team. Cause that other the big black girl that's on Caitlyn's team. Yeah, the big tall black girl. She came over there. She stopped her. That's what they do. That's what they do. So now there's wind up. There's a wind up.
You know why? The reaction was different because of who did it. And there is a lot of history there with Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese. You guys remember last year when Angel Reese celebrated Kennedy Carter getting that flagrant foul on the hip check against Caitlin Clark? You remember that? On the sideline, just, yeah, baby, get her, you get her. Who celebrates like that for a flagrant foul on another player if they don't dislike that player? Okay, you want some more evidence? Here's some more evidence. Remember last year when they were talking?
Look at her. She's in the back smiling like, yeah, get him, boy. I wouldn't come to their house for dinner. I wouldn't be around them at all. He said, my wife about to roast this goof. He's like, my wife about to roast this goof. But this is what he wants. This dude liked to play in snow. He likes skiing in the Alps. And that's okay. But when you gotta think you have to hate on black women to do it, that's the problem. Nobody in black women is like, no, don't go, RGIII. They were, take that ugly lemon here looking mom. They ain't want your ugly ass. And they roasted you every day. You can't tell me you want to get roasted. This dude was getting roasted. I'm going to tell you right there, dog. That's what he was used to look like before he became this guy. Before he became that guy, he was this guy with the bad shape up. Hey, dog, look at that shape up, dog. Who did your dude? Dude, fire your barber, son. Dude. That's a terrible shape up, dog. That's a terrible shape up. I'm sorry. That shape up just does it every time I look. But that's what he's faced with. That's what he's dealing with. Mm-hmm. This ain't even about Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese no more. This is about everybody pushing their agenda. That's what it's about. Because the two people involved, they ain't even cared about it. Game over, it's done. They moving on to the next game. Everybody else with their agenda is hanging on to it. I didn't even talk about it when it happened. Welcome to RGIII TV. I knew he was going to do his thing, but I said, I ain't going to even talk about it because I already know somebody's going to say something stupid. I'm just waiting for that. I'm going to wait for the stupid to pop up and show their head and say something out of line based on this. Yes, Stephen A. even tried to do the same thing. He tried to double down on said incident. Mm-hmm. His heart got broke. They broke his heart into pieces. My mama had that haircut in the 1970s. Right. It's an agenda issue. Everybody who got an axe to grind or whatever thing they do, they want to use the Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese thing to fuel and be the gas. See, look. You know what that is? That's DEI. DEI is what that's all about. She's jealous because Caitlin Clark is a hetero female. She's not lesbian. She's white, and they love her. She's good. She's wholesome. She's a good person, and that no good Angel Reese is just trying to tear her down. What did he say that was a lie? Almost everything. He claimed first, what's up, Burundi? He claims first that Angel Reese hated, absolutely hated. Let's put it in there. His exact words. After watching Caitlin Clark flagrant foul on Angel Reese and the aftermath, there is no way Angel Reese can continue the lie that she doesn't like Caitlin Clark. I know what hatred looks like. Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark. Not some basketball rivalry hate either. Hate. That's a lie. That is an absolute lie. But he needs it to sell his podcast show. He needs it to push his out of pocket with RG3. He needs that. Because he got fired from ESPN. Because people there didn't like him. Notice, everywhere he goes and he don't make it, somebody didn't like him. He's been having a war back and forth with the former head coach of the Redskins, who's basically like, dude, it's not my fault you didn't know how to play football. It's not my fault you screwed up plays. It's not my fault you couldn't make certain passes and certain reads. That's not my fault. Now, you see, he's trying to find his space here in the podcast space because that's probably where he should be anyway. You know, curtailing himself to right-wing people. Black people were not fighting to save you. When you was snowing in the Alps, when you was playing your whole career, when you had the first white wife, black folks were still supporting you. They had your jersey. They even bought your Subway sandwich. Yep, it's given that he's hurting for money. Yeah, this is what they do because they think this is the route. I gotta appease so I can get a promotional deal from these right-wing conservative people that don't care about my people or their needs at all. But to do something like this and to put your wife in the background as you do it was very demeaning, full of lies. And to say that Caitlin Clark was going to punch, Angel Reese was going to punch Caitlin Clark if that Boston lady wasn't there. She was going to punch her. If you was watching WNBA, this isn't the first time Angel Reese has walked up on somebody. She's walked up to a lot of people and they talk and they yell at each other and they say of obscenities and everything else. And then it's back to basketball. So I don't understand why, maybe because you probably don't play the sport and you play football, maybe you assume that was going to be the case, but it wasn't. Well, the internet and nobody else that I know is having it. Period. Like, this is just out of bounds.
Talking about who gets the credit for the expansion and the eyeballs and the popularity boost of women's basketball, not just the WNBA, but women's basketball in general, because of the spike in the women's NCAA tournament and WNBA viewership. A lot of people were attributing that to Caitlin Clark, and rightfully so. This is what Angel Reese had to say. And I quote, "People are talking about women's basketball. You never would think they'd be talking about women's basketball. People are pulling up to the games. We got celebrities coming to the games, sold out arenas just because of one single game. Just looking at that, I'll take that role. I'll take the bad guy role, and I'll continue to take that on to be that for my teammates. I know I'll go down in history. I'll look back in 20 years and be like, the reason we're watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me too. I want y'all to realize that.
Exactly. She made that statement and she was true. If it wasn't for Angel Reese, you wouldn't be focusing on Caitlin Clark so much. Caitlin Clark was getting adored by everybody else, right? The whole league was adoring her and all of these things, and she was doing that, but she never could win the big one. And when that black woman who beat her and won the championship and waved in her face, right? Y'all couldn't wait to see her go down. How dare she do that to our little innocent, wholesome Caitlin Clark, who been doing it all playoffs, all season, her little wave in the face. Yeah, his white wife sitting in the back, nodding her head with approval. This is broken man syndrome. Get Out Part 2. This is exactly Get Out Part 2. Oh, this is going to backfire in the way he didn't expect. Because the only people that's going to support his message is other doggone people that's in the Get Out crew like him. They skiing in the apps too. I didn't have no problem with what you said. I thought you said everything right. That's what I said. She was going to hurt that poor girl. That poor little Caitlin Clark. Look like a little marshmallow. You see her out there, she's vulnerable. And here comes this big, tall, giant of an African woman. You know all black women, they hysterical. You know that. You know I do. Why they acting like you saying something wrong? I saw you say that and I said to myself, my goodness. She could have killed that girl. I don't even know how they let her get that close to her. I don't think that she should be allowed to be on the court while Caitlin Clark's out there because she's a danger. She's out of control. I have those same sentiments. We were wrong about you, RG3. Why do you say such a terrible name for yourself? RG3. Oh, gosh. That's so urban. That's so beneath you. You're Robert. I'm calling you Robert. That's more sensible. RG3. That sounds like something you call yourself as a kid. You're not a kid anymore, are you? Oh, no. You're Robert. Not calling you that. Ladies and gentlemen, look, this is Robert here. Robert speaking facts. That girl hates Caitlin Clark. No. What she does is she hates the atmosphere around Caitlin Clark. She hates all of that. And that's the reason she don't even want to be associated with Caitlin Clark. She don't want to be friends with her at all. She ain't her teammate. I don't need to talk. They was like, she don't even want to answer no questions about Caitlin Clark. No, she don't. She don't. She don't want her to have her name attached with her and everything. If they're not playing them, she still doesn't want to help you guys promote it. Like you're going against Caitlin Clark today. No comment. She don't want no comment about Caitlin Clark because anything y'all do, they're going to spin it and try to turn it into this war and all this crap. It's nonsense. Y'all have beefed this Indiana team up so that y'all can try to make her a champion where she couldn't win a championship in college. She failed. She hates the atmosphere because they're using her as the fuel to come while they bring all their racist stuff behind her. Caitlin Clark has never endorsed any of these racist right-wing people at all. Not publicly. They want her to be the Larry Bird of the WNBA. Caitlin Clark can play. She's a very good player, but there's players that are better than her. Paige is better than her. Paige has always been a better all-around basketball player than her. But because Paige is a lesbian, that ain't going to go over too well with the right-wing people. So she's going to be the villain. Because before Angel Reese did anything, the villain was Paige. You see, well, they wasn't watching ball. Paige was the villain. UConn was the team. She was Caitlin Clark's nemesis. That was who they compared Caitlin Clark to. You got to beat Paige. Wasn't no Angel Reese. So if you're right wing, you're a racist, right? See, nope. It's just the people that have been saying all these comments just so happen to be right wing conservatives. What a coincidence. What a coinky dink. Because right when they come with their statement, they start shoehorning DEI in there. And I'm like, how many more analogies are they going to come up with? First, it was BLM. Now they just switched it up to DEI. Both seem to benefit everybody except for Black people. But again, it's something that we get blamed for. So now Paige is in WNBA now. Is she the rival to Caitlin Clark? Because that's who it was. Wasn't Angel Reese. But now Angel Reese's name is connected to Caitlin Clark's success. Even though the Chicago Sky team is nowhere near a good enough team. They're not going anywhere. They just picked up her little hood rat friend, the one that was doing her little booty bounce. The white girl thinks she a black girl. They got her up there. She ghetto as hell. Is that Louisiana slang? I'm like, man, this white girl sound like the white girl from Center. Of course, she dating her brother. Ain't nobody white finna date her. Shoot, she too urban. Shoot, I thought that was her incentives. I just bought her rookie card too. I don't know what you did that for. Unless she twerking on there, it ain't working. Because that's all she is. She got her twerking buddy on there. They gonna be, girl, we teammate. Let's go. Come on, twerk. Yeah. So they mad at Angel Reese because she's not apologetic for who she is. And it was like, how dare this uppity Black woman do what she does? She's not apologetic. She don't have to be. So what? And her and Caitlin Clark, they don't have communications. They don't talk to each other. It's like we see each other on the court. It is what it is. They don't hate each other. Do you think Caitlin Clark hates Angel Reese? No. She's out there playing basketball, but she don't want nothing to do with her either. So the two people involved in the plays are not making a fuss. Why is RG3?
Now, I've heard a lot of people say that I or others have made Angel Reese the villain. Did you not just hear herself call herself the bad guy? She called herself the villain. I'm not making her the villain. She's making herself the villain. And
no, you're lying on her. That's a difference, buddy boy. You're lying. You're lying. That's the problem. You're lying and speculating. You said she was going to punch Caitlin Clark. You said she hates her, not basketball related. She just hates her. Based off of what? They don't know each other outside of basketball. They only see each other when they play or they're in an all-star game, what have you. Right? He wants attentions and subscribers so bad. He wants a sponsor. I know what you really want. You want a sponsor. You might as well go over there with Jason Whitlock and team up with him. He'll show you how to do it for them white conservatives. He know what you want. He'll get you right there. But he got dogged over and over again. Yeah, he got dogged. Well, Whitlock been calling him a clown. Whitlock has dogged him his entire career. Yeah, I know. It's crazy, ain't it? That's how it always goes. Ryan Clark went in on RG3. Of course he going to do that because Ryan Clark is another opportunity for him to look like the pro-black man. He going to take it.
Guess who our eyes are on at all times? Caitlin Clark. There's an image from this opening game when Caitlin Clark hits a beautiful fadeaway three-pointer, and the camera pans to Angel Reese, and you would have thought she saw the devil. Scolding looking at Caitlin Clark, mad as hell. That's the look you give somebody that you like?
So Caitlin Clark hits a three against their team, and Angel Reese is supposed to be liking it. What kind of foolery is this? She's supposed to be smiling because another team hit a three-point shot on them. Really? Wow. That's incredible. I never knew that was the case. I mean, he knew what this video was going to do. That's why he stuck his wife back there. This is all attention to come to his show. But his takes just makes him look bad. It makes him look like the fool. Well, people know. When you have the right people around you, they never lead you astray. The right people gonna always tell you what's right and what's wrong, and some things are just common sense. If you want to be with Becky, you don't have to hate on Shaniqua, okay? That's just all to it. It's common sense. I bet you that boy was on the therapist couch. He gonna talk about all the time black women that made fun of him. Because that's what this whole thing is about. They roasted you, didn't they? Because black women can roast. They some of the best at it. They be thinking men are the best. Oh no, women can cut you. One be like, oh, look at his dry, dusty, broken up lips. With your JC Penney bag. Look at them curls are naps. No, you just put some baby oil on your naps. Talk about they curls. Get out of here. Stop playing. Stop playing with your busted ass. He was like, look at Robert. Talk about he a football star. Nobody care about that. Yeah, you fast. Too bad you can't run fast enough to get away from your ugly ass face. Cut you, boy. They roast. These women will roast him. And he was tired of hearing that every day. Hey, why they always talk about me? They ain't got to talk about me. Well, they talk about something else. Every day he got to go to school and get roasted. He looked like a broke ass Eddie Murphy. Go on over there with that white girl. We don't care. That's why you like her anyway. She loved me. That's why I'm with her. I ain't with you. You make me sick. All y'all make me sick. They're like, we ain't want your ugly ass no way. So y'all make me sick. I ain't giving y'all none of my money. And nobody want your broke ass money. He talking about he got some money, girl. Robert. If he got some money, why he ain't get his hair fixed? That's what I'm saying, girl. Dude. Who you got? You got Stevie wanted to do your haircut. Your barber was cutting your hair in the dark. Hey, look at his line, girl. Look at it come out in the front, in the tip. Girl, he went back to a 1980s R&B band. He the backup singer for Eddie Murphy. Put your mouth on me. He doing the Put Your Mouth on Me remix. That boy went to Supercuts. He went to that old man in the barber shop who don't have no clients. He just in there. They be like, nah, his daddy cut his hair, girl. He's scared to tell his daddy, nah, dad. Dad be like, sit down, boy, I can still cut your hair. nah, dad, I gotta go to a professional barber. No, you don't. You sit your hands right down. That's why he was like, I ain't gonna let none of y'all go by prom. I'm taking Snow Bunny. Come on, Snow Bunny. I don't need none of y'all. They're jealous of you, Robert. They know you're going to be bigger than all of them. I know. I'm going to be great. And I'm more than just fast. No, you were perfect in every way. See, you believe in me. Eyes be good husbands to you. I swear. Long as you promise, Robert. And he got popular. I'm RG3, baby. RG what? You're not bringing that ghetto stuff in this house. In this house, you're Robert. But baby, I got the bobblehead. It say RG3 on it. You're Robert. None of that RG crap here. All right, baby. Damn. It hurts. It hurt him to this day. It's a hurt man. Broke man. Broken down. Now, does this look like a man that's calling the shots? He doing all of this for money.
That you have respect for. These are the kind of statements that you're making for someone that you like, that you have respect for. Okay, so then what happened when they asked her about that this year? Because it is true. Caitlin Clark has been the reason for the rise in viewership. But Angel Reese also has a hand in it, just not as big of a hand as Caitlin Clark. So a reporter asked her, hey, you made these comments last year. Can you comment on that now? What do you think what the outlook of women's sports, women's basketball looks like now? You know what Angel Reese did? She said, next question. She refused to answer a question about something that she said about Caitlin Clark, not something that the reporter put into her vernacular, into her mouth, and made her seem like she said it. She said it. She wouldn't even answer the question about Caitlin Clark.
The reason she didn't answer the question because she knew it was a trick question to lead her down that road so they could spin it and turn it into something else. He's been listening to Drake music. Oh my goodness. Look at his wife babysitting him. Yep. So anyway, I don't need to hear no more from him. We've said enough about this. I'm out. Shouts out to Kwame Brown Bus Life. Welcome to HDII TV. Sports Talk with Jose Rodriguez, 78 Sports TV. We up out.